What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about 6 things that predict divorce according to Dr. John Gottman. If you don't know who Dr. John Gottman is, basically he's the person that wrote the book on relationships. He's the person who's researched relationships for over 40 years, and he's researched what to do and what not to do. So if you didn't think there was a book on how to have a relationship, there absolutely is. So the 6 things that predict divorce according to Dr. John Gottman, and the first one is harsh starts. So if you kind of think about when you're about to manage a conflict, as the conflict begins, it usually ends. So if you start the conversation harshly, then it usually goes pretty bad and south from there. So right off the bat, what you want to do is make sure that instead of having a harsh start, you want to have what's called a gentle start. The next thing that predicts divorce is the 4 horsemen. I have spoken about these in depth. So you have criticism, defensiveness, stonewalling, and contempt. And contempt is by far the worst of them all. So if there's any signs of the 4 horsemen, definitely that's a huge problem. The next thing is what's called flooding. And flooding is basically when someone is so overwhelmed by the negativity of their partner that they just physiologically, they just get flooded. It's usually what happens right before someone starts to stonewall in managing conflicts, right? The next thing that predicts divorce is called body language. And technically speaking, 75% of communication is nonverbal. So if you are being critical, or if you're being contemptuous, if you're being aggressive and you're not saying much of anything, but your body language is a posture of, like that negativity, right? You don't have to be saying anything to be contemptuous, if I kind of say it that way, or to be critical of someone else. Your body language and your posture can say it all. The next thing here is called failed repair attempt. So what's a repair attempt? Is any time that someone tries to kind of like pump the brakes on a conflict. And a lot of times failed repair attempts are when either someone's not recognizing that a repair is happening, or they ignore the repair and they just kind of bulldoze through. Instead of pumping the brakes and receiving that, they just keep on going. So failed repairs, or not being able to see repairs. The next one is bad memories. So a lot of people get kind of locked into issues that happen, and I think I kind of made a video where I said, look, conflict is a natural part of any relationship. There's really not going to be a relationship where conflict is not a part of it. And technically it's one of the things that we kind of have in order to grow. A lot of times what would happen is that people get caught in the bad memory of something that happened, and then it becomes the defining thing in that relationship. And what we want to be able to learn how to do is to overcome that struggle, because at any point in time in the relationship, you can change directions and turn over a new leaf, start something new. So I hope these 6 things help you, and if not, but if you find these things in your relationship, especially if you find more than one of these things in your relationship and you're really having a hard time trying to overcome them, maybe it would be a good idea to go talk to somebody professional that might be able to help in that aspect. So I hope this was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I also want to thank all you guys that I've been running into that have shared with me that they really like the content that we're putting out. I really appreciate you guys. So take care. Be good.